If you're listening to this recording, it means I'm dead already. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's a different recording. Here's what's coming up on The Nice Guys today.
Are you going to see one of the Jacksons?
No.
No, that was a good.
Much
guess,
more. You're along the right lines, but think more white bread.
Okay, Donny Osmond's dead, so you're not going
No,
to see
he's
Donny.
not. That's
Wait,
what we're going to see, Donny Osmond.
I thought he died.
I hope not. I just bought tickets for Saturday night.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Or worse, you start listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast and then just stand back and wait for your IQ points to drop. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
I have our next business idea.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to run this by you first. I'm not just going to take it and just run with it. I feel like I need a partner in this business because I'm going to need a lot of hand-holding.
And is this something we should be recording and telling the world, or you want to keep it a secret?
You know, I feel like somebody probably thought of this idea before, but maybe just execution is everything, right? I mean,
100%.
Everybody's got a lot of great ideas, but unless you're actually executing the ideas, it's just going to stay flat. So maybe there is somebody in our community that will take this idea, and more power to you if you're able to actually run with it. Okay, so the name of
recording already?
Yes, I am recording. I've got it. Does it say recording?
I just wanted to make sure.
I think it is. Okay. Imagine, okay, let me start this differently. When you go to buy flowers, like what's your process? And you're not going to deliver them personally. You want to send flowers to your mom in Baltimore. Okay. What's your process?
I so very rarely do it, but I guess I would Google search it and then
you'd probably land on like FTV or 1-800-Flowers.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And then tell me, like, since you so infrequently do it, do you know like what parts of the purchase there are, like what you have to pay for? Like you pay for the flowers and then there's like 17 upgrades along the way, and then do you want a vase or not? And then it's like, it's kind of like StubHub was last week. It's by the time you're done with the wire charge and the extra service fee and the delivery fee, half of your fee is spent on, I mean, half of your purchase price is spent on these freaking delivery and floral fees, right? And then you have the flowers. So my idea is to have like a website like affordableflowers.com.
Okay.
If you do go to buy flowers somewhere in Austin, Texas, where would you typically go? If you're going to give Sally flowers, where would you go?
Doug, you know, these questions you're asking me, let me explain how I'm hearing it.
You're never
basically what you're saying to me is, hey, Doug, if you were in Ojai and you were going shopping for JJ to find her a carburetor, where would you go?
I would go to the carburetor store, dude.
Okay. I would go to in that case, I would go to the flower shop if I were going to buy.
Maybe I didn't ask it right. Where are the cheapest flowers that you could find and get a good selection, do you think?
Oh, fucking HEB. Like
so HEB or like in my area, it's like Trader Joe's. Like you could go into HEB and you could probably find a really good bunch of flowers for probably, if you spend $20 on flowers, you're getting a fucking big grouping of flowers, right?
Sure, absolutely.
You can't get $20 flowers and order them online. That $20 order ends up costing you $100. So here's what you do with affordableflowers.com. You buy the flower, you set up a network that's within, like, I would say for me, everything is Trader Joe's. There's 200 plus locations at Trader Joe's. So I find a bunch of partners within and I advertise for them. Maybe it's the same as Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, or maybe this service already exists. But if I want flowers delivered, I want somebody to go into Trader Joe's. I don't care what kind of flowers. I just want to spend $20. Okay, so if I'm going to spend $20, now even if it costs me $10 to spend with the Uber driver, it's a lot cheaper than spending a minimum of $50. You can't get $20 flowers from an online flower distributor.
No, it's not possible.
So setting up an app and then the relationships with all of these people through the app It's got to work. It's got to work. So you get $75 in value, but it only costs you $30. Affordableflowers.com. Check it out. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. You're not as excited about the idea as I was.
Well, clearly there's just not enough markup in there to make any money. That's the problem. I mean, that's where they all make all their money, is all of that markup shit.
Yeah, but we would make it like Walmart makes it. We would make it in volume. So we make it in volume. So don't you think that you could do 100 orders a month? I mean, 200 orders a month. You make $5 per order. You're making $1,000, $1,500 a month, and that's just the beginning. Now you have relationships established with 500 plus franchise Trader Joe's locations, all of the HEBs in Texas, and whatever is the most regional place that you can go to get inexpensive, as the name implies, affordable flowers for your loved one.
So if you are a consumer and you happen upon affordableflowers.com,
right,
and the ad says, hey, we're going to charge you $30 for flowers,
right,
but we're not going to tell you what they are.
No, we pick them, you stick them, or whatever.
And you think that'll be popular? People will be okay with it.
Look, I think it would be very popular if I said, I don't really care what kind, like my mom, I send my mom flowers through. It was a previous sponsor. It's no longer a sponsor now, but it was years ago. They sponsored Book. Book has got me for $75 every month for the last 4 years. Okay. So they've got me for basically $4,000. I could spend $1,000 and get flowers. My mom doesn't care. She's just getting nice flowers for me. She's like, not like, oh, these are roses. These are great. Or I don't even get, you know what? With Book, I don't even get to pick what kind of flowers I get. My mom gets. So yeah, I would be okay with this.
Okay. You should dive in and do it, Doug. I think.
You're not excited. I really need a systems guy to help me create the back end of this. You don't want. You're out.
I'm not excited.
Okay.
Not excited.
What would okay. So I had, the reason I got started on this whole thing is, Cliff Nonnenmacher. He is the guy that owns, Phrenosity, Franchisocity. So Phrenosity. He's a sponsor. He was on the show. He's sponsored for a month. So be careful what you say. Okay. Just so you know,
I just have no idea what any of those words that you just said mean. So it's okay.
Cliff Nonnenmacher is the founder of a company called Phrenosity.
Okay.
He is the broker that is the go-between between you and a franchisor. Those are the people that own the franchises. Okay.
Okay.
So basically you call Cliff and you say, Cliff, here's what I want to do. I live in this area. I want to know what's popular. I want you to introduce me to some franchisors that have franchises that are willing to sell. I want a successful, proven track record. Like what kind of business I wouldn't want to go into the food business as an example. It's too much maintenance. Too many, you have inventory, you have all this shit. I want to go into the service business. I want to go into like anything excite you in the service business?
What does that have to do with Cliff? I'm very confused.
Cliff
now.
is Cliff is the broker. Cliff is a broker. He is
right. I get it. But
yeah.
So why? You're more all over the place than normal. Cliff is a broker, but you're specifically telling me you want a business idea, but not food service because it sounds complicated. So what does that have to do? Food service have to do with Cliff?
Nothing.
And so you want to create a new business that doesn't exist, or you want to jump into a franchise business?
No, we should probably do a franchise.
In which case we could use Cliff's help to negotiate.
See what? So you're clear about this. You're 100% clear, even though I'm all over the place. I would want a proven track record rather than a business that I'd have to create from scratch. Because the business that I have to create from scratch, you're not interested in all that heavy lifting.
Well, that's the whole advantage of the franchise model, is that they charge you a percentage every month to use their name, and they charge you money up front because it's a proven system and they know it's going to work. And historically, they are very much more successful than businesses that people start by themselves, but there's a higher startup cost. So I'm curious with Cliff, and I guess we could just go listen to the episode and hear the answer to this. But let's say that I want to open a McDonald's franchise. Do I call Cliff to help me negotiate? Or is it that I say, hey, Cliff, here's my area, and I want a franchise, but I need suggestions on what the best one would be for me to purchase.
Okay, so it's the second part. It's not he's not involved with McDonald's, but he's involved in service-based businesses, non-food businesses. He loves those because he's like, hey, look, it's got a proven track record. It's what did he say? It's a van and a man. Basically, you don't have all this overhead. And the other cool thing about my conversation with him, we were talking all about it, and he was emphasizing the fact that that it's the proven track record, it's low overhead, and it's the businesses. It's not the exciting, sexy businesses. The things that I forget what he used as his terminology, but it's kind of like, anything related to seniors as our population gets older is really great. And it wasn't just, I'm going to open up a senior care center. It was like, hey, outfitting a van with the ramp to help to get the wheelchair into the van. Like, that was a little sexier to me than, I said, I don't want to be around old people. That's just not what I want to do. But he was just talking about all of the different opportunities that are out there. And it got me excited about, this would be a good area to divert. Strick, I'm just a business guy. I'm always thinking business. I think you're just tired. You're just like, Doug, I'm tired.
Yeah, my brain has been working hard most of the day. I was just taking 10 minutes before we started, and I'm like, what the hell are we going to talk about? And so I was looking up, the news headlines, and the world is on fire, but it's just not worth talking about, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, definitely not. Well, with a certain amount of relief, I will tell you that Donald Trump was not named the next pope. That's really good. Was there actually some consideration in there? I mean, tell me that he didn't even suggest that. Please tell me that.
No, but
okay, good.
He did. Well, it's funny because you saw the image that our text thread with Tim and Jared,
right?
That was like Donald Trump as the Pope, right?
Right.
Apparently, that was posted on the official White House Twitter feed, and apparently somebody asked Trump about this, and he was like, I don't know. Somebody made the image up. I don't know where it came from. And then they pointed out to him, it was on your official Twitter feed, sir. And then you know what his answer to that was? Well, Catholics, they can't take a joke. They just can't take a joke. I was joking. Like, what the actual fuck? Are you kidding me?
Let's talk about something really important. You almost pulled the trigger on a smoker. And what happened? Where did it break down?
I think it broke down at fucking tariffs. Now, I can't guarantee that. Okay.
Shit. Is that really is that why the price was so much higher for what you were looking at?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm going to pull it up right now because the whole thing with Gorilla Grills, by the way, they are not a sponsor, but maybe they should be. Maybe I could get, you know what? Okay.
Do it.
Okay. Now it's all on.
Now we're on. Now
I'm worked up and I'm ready to go now. Okay, here we go.
I saw something change in his eyes. Something just changed. Strickland got it all.
Well, I'm getting the idea that I might get a discount or I might get a good price on this grill. If somebody knows someone at Gorilla Grills, I mean, you purchase from them, maybe you should just send them the episode. So Doug bought a Gorilla Grill. And by the way, it's GRILLA, GRILLS, GorillaGrills.com.
And do you remember the model that I was looking at also?
Yeah. And you see, that's one of the cute things with Gorilla Grills is they are named after like types of gorillas because you bought the Silverback grill, which is your smoker grill, right?
Right.
Silverback.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Now, and they also have a small version that's called the Chimp Tailgater. Right.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the big one called? The one that's got the it's like it's many
Mammoth
okay,
vertical pellet smoker.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The pellet.
Okay. But now here's where the weirdness comes in, right?
Okay.
So Doug bought one and you bought the Silverback wood pellet grill Alpha Connect. And I started looking at it. And if I remember correctly, when I first looked it up, when we were talking about it a couple of months ago, the
receipt
base price was $850, $895 or something. Right.
Right.
But it was on sale for like $550. Right. And I'm like, I see grills or smokers, not just like a regular grill, a smoker at Best Buy, not Best Buy, like Home Depot. And even little ones, they start at like $1,100-$1,200. And I'm like, that fucking seems like a lot, right?
It's a lot.
Well, this Gorilla Grill, it looks really fucking well made.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on sale for $550. And, I thought that might be kind of cool. That's a reasonably priced, and all of the extras. So it's got the whole digital,
right.
It's got the probe and it's got an app so you can tell how warm it is. And
no matter where you are, you could turn it up or down if you're out, and you can see the internal temperature. Hey, it's not getting quite cooked enough, fast enough, and you could turn it up a little, or the opposite, down a little.
Right. And it's not like an old school. It does use pellets, but it's not like you got to check on it all the time.
No
like
check.
if it's getting too hot, you hit a button on the app and it fucking changes it automatically. Fucking amazing.
All
right?
that is good.
Cool shit. So it was funny. The what got me thinking that I might want one. I think the day after we talked about it, I'm like, damn, barbecue sounds good. And there's some very good barbecue places around here. So I went to Jimmy Vega's barbecue place here in Georgetown, Texas. And so I got food for me and Sally and Amanda and like a little bit extra to have for leftovers, right? But like the three of us, it was like $85. And I'm
otherwise known in California as $120. Okay.
And I'm like, shit. And it wasn't like I sat down and ate and tipped. I mean, this was like takeout, fucking $85 for like 2 pounds of meat and some sides and shit. Right.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, shit, I could smoke it myself. And then I started thinking about Thanksgiving. I'm like, fucking smoked turkey, like smoke a turkey for Thanksgiving. How good would that be? So anyway, so I was thinking about it and I'm like, I'm not ready yet. So I went back just this week. I was like, you know what? I might be ready to check this out. Well, the price has gone up. Now the base price is $1,100 and it's on sale for $863.
Okay.
It's still a lot. $870.
So that's $200 more than mine. My base price, I'm looking at the order right now, $675. Then
the base was $675. I don't know why I was thinking it was
the sale price of the base, because I think it was just the same retail as yours, but then they knocked a few $100 off. So it was $675. I ended up getting the front shelf for another $95 also. A rack extension, some other things, all to get and accessories and some of the pellets. The whole thing came to $942. That was with all the accessories that I wanted. So $950 basically. And so what would have been the total of yours if you would have just hit the purchase button?
Well, right now it's on sale for $863.
But you need the front shelf. So that's another $95.
Why do you need the front shelf?
You really do. You can't, because it's not just like you're going to go there, you're going to put everything on and you're just going to flip it and then take it in. What you need to do is you wrap the stuff, and unless you want to wrap it and take it inside to wrap it, and you're going to use the cover for the pellets as one area to hold stuff, and you really need another area. That front shelf is really important. It's just a little like 6-inch by the width of the smoker. You need that, and it doesn't come with it.
Let's not complicate it. So make sure we're comparing apples to apples. It was it was on sale previously at $650. $650, is that what you paid?
Let me take a look again. Hold on. It's $675.
Okay, so now it's like $870, so it's like $200 more.
Uh-huh.
But what's interesting is they've come out with, apparently this design that you bought first came out in 2021.
Right.
So they have a new version 2.0.
Oh, okay. What does that include?
Visually, it looks about the same, but it has updated. It has 2 probes instead of 1.
That's good, because that's like another $20 or $30. So that's good. And I ordered a second one after the fact. So that
you ordered a second probe?
I did, just in case something breaks. I don't want to be out because I don't have a probe. I don't want to. I don't want to be a slave to my smoker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and also this one has a larger wood pellet hopper. Instead of 20 pounds, 33 pounds.
Oh, well, that's good too. I like to know that. Mine holds 20 pounds. Just holds 20 pounds. And if you're smoking for a good 10 hours, if you have a good pork butt that you're putting on there, you're going to have to fill it again so it doesn't run out.
Yeah.
Okay. What else does it have?
And let's see, it looks like it has their Alpha Connect 2.0 Wi-Fi controller, slightly better, more details.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't really use mine for anything other than just set the probe temperature and set the grill temperature. But it does have the Alpha Connect. It does. It still doesn't have a shelf though, right? In the front?
No shelf in the front.
Okay. It probably does come with a grease bucket. And it probably does come with none of the other stuff. So you get no pellets, no butcher paper, nothing else, right?
It looks pretty much the same otherwise. I mean, slight design updated.
Okay, so total, if you got the front shelf, so add $100 onto that price, what would the total be?
Like $1,300.
Well, wait. How do we skip from 8 something to 1,300?
Oh, the new one or the old one? That's what I was just saying.
What is the sale price?
So we're back to the old one.
Oh, okay. Just go to the old one. I'm sorry, I missed that you still had the option to get one or the other.
So I didn't actually get to the ultimate point. So I was saying that because they have this new version out, I would think they're trying to get rid of the old ones. Why wouldn't they make them even cheaper? Right?
Yeah, I would think the same too.
Right. But no. Well, they raised the price, but then put it on sale. But it's still $200 more. I don't know. It would be fun though. It'd be really good. Is it big enough? Because they have a bigger version.
Yes. No, you don't need the bigger one. Enough. Yes, it's plenty big for the two of you who are going to be predominantly the ones that you're smoking for. It can easily hold 4 racks of ribs and some other stuff as well. And
a turkey. I could put a turkey in there.
You could put a turkey in there. You really want to spatchcock the turkey though. You like that terminology? You really want to splay it out. You don't want to do a turkey of like a 20-pound turkey in there. If you did one, I would say the biggest you probably want to smoke is 8 or 10 pounds because otherwise you're going to have a nice crispy outside and the inside will be raw. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Can't have that. Anyway, yeah. So I was thinking I was going to buy one of these, and then it's like, why did the price go up? I was like, could be tariffs. I don't know. But I wonder, because I think the whole thing with Grilla is they're all American, made in America, all American parts and shit. But maybe they use Chinese steel.
The whole thing with the tariff thing is that if you have parts that are imported, your parts are going to be tariffized. I don't know. I mean, how many things are? Let's talk about taking a step back from the global economy. You can't build something without having some part of it. Even the made in America Chevy, Ford, GMC trucks, parts are still coming from overseas to get into those trucks. Engines and powertrain and anything that is steel is probably not coming from the U.S. because them Chinesers, they know what they're doing.
Them Chinesers.
They know what they're doing. Those Chinese, they are motherfucking good when it comes to steel. We don't want to be messing with them. No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Anyhow.
Anyway, I don't know how we got off on that tangent.
I think, personally, here's what I think. We're talking a difference of probably $200 or $250.
Yeah.
I would do it anyway, Strick. You are going to be so happy.
Yeah.
You really would be happy. Unless, of course, you're the kind of guy, which I don't think you are, that gets really excited about something, gets it, and then uses it for 10 minutes and then moves on.
Yeah, it depends what it is. I was just thinking about what was the Temu, right? When you introduced me to Temu.
Well, yeah.
And I placed one Temu order, then a whole bunch of shit. Yeah. I did get I got a drone.
Right.
Right. But it was like $24 or something, right?
Right.
Like even the Temu price was $24, but like, I don't think I have ever used it. I thought it would be fun to play with.
Yeah. But Temu is like, there's no commitment to it. It's just like, are you addicted to Amazon? Well, I am addicted to Amazon, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but this one, I'm with you. I do feel like I would really use it because
how convenient is your wherever you would be smoking or grilling to where you would be eating or your kitchen? How close is it?
Super convenient. I would literally walk out of my back door and it goes right to my kitchen.
Yeah. The part that I really love about having the smoker is that oftentimes we will be eating. You know how our backyard is set up. Our dining room and most of our living room is actually outside. So we're doing a lot of eating outside on the table, and it's so great to be able to just go right from the smoker to the to the dining room table that's right there. I say do it. I'm not spending your money or anything, but I would be spending your money on this.
We'll see. Let's see how the finances go this month. And,
well, so Nice Guy Community. So I hit Strickland up for an idea earlier in the week. I said, hey, do you want to go on Airbnb?
Yeah, right. Like if I'm going to put the money into that Airbnb, I got no fucking money left for a griller.
So I had a conversation with and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. So anybody that's listening to this, I'm not giving away any names or anything. I may not even share the location of this, but it was a very affordable home in a 80% occupancy zone for this particular house.
Now, what does that actually mean? 80% occupancy?
Well, Airbnb typically somewhere around 40 to 50% is typical occupancy. So if you have your house available 30 days of the month, 15 of those days, this will be rented. In this case, 80% of the time, this Airbnb is rented out, which means it is a money maker. Okay. It makes many, many, many thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars, but thousands of dollars a year. So in addition to the Airbnb net, so in addition to the Airbnb being profitable, it also is a property and it is appreciating in value. So when I talked to the owner, who is a close friend, I ended up saying to her, I said, I am not letting you sell this property to me. You can't sell this property. There in some way, shape, or way, she is moving. So she's moving to another state, and she got a little concerned about being the long distance owner of an Airbnb and all of that. And I said, you can't sell this property. You can't. Please don't sell this property. And I'm hoping that I convinced her not to sell it. Like, why would anybody sell the property?
Well, what does she actually have to do with it locally right now? Like, does she do her own maintenance? Do they clean it herself? Like you just hire?
Nope. She's just somebody that really likes to get her hands into the project. So she's concerned about the maintenance of the project. And she's also concerned because she's moving to this other area, which is across the country. She's concerned that she's just not going to be able to maintain the same level of service that she maintained before. And, her husband's getting relocated and there's a whole bunch of, stuff that's going on that side of it. But I'm like, no, you can't sell this property. I said, if you need somebody to coach you through keeping the property, I will be happy to do that. And if you need somebody to go in on this property, I have no idea how I would do that. That would make sense for you. But if you want me to, I would partner in this property with you, meaning her, the owner of the property. The jury is still out, but I can't imagine. Like, could you imagine having an Airbnb? Okay, so next door to you, you have a house. The house is vacant. You can afford it. You qualify for the mortgage. The mortgage is taken care of because the Airbnb occupancy pays for it. Would you have any hesitation buying that property if you qualified?
Well, honestly, yeah, I might. Only because, you think about businesses that seem like recession proof, as they say, right? Like, let's talk about Washington Talent Agency. Okay.
All right.
Now, Washington Talent still does a great business model because they provide bands and DJs, photographers, videographers for bar and bat mitzvahs and weddings, right?
Yep.
So not only are you providing services for things that are going to continue, right? That the people are going to keep getting married. People are going to keep having bar and bat mitzvahs. They also book very far ahead, a year to 2, sometimes 3 years ahead. And Washington Talent's business model was to collect a sizable deposit up front.
Yep.
And they hold that money until the event, and then they get paid the balance on the day of the event. Okay. So what's so great about that business model? Well, if business starts to slack off, right? Let's say that you go through 2 or 3 months where things are slowing down.
Right. It happens.
Slowing down, and I'm doing air quotes here, slowing down would mean that you're not selling as many new contracts.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that you're not making money, because the events that you booked a year before or 2 years before are happening during those months that are slow. So you still have revenue coming in. And if you realize that you have months that are coming up that are slow, you can discount 2, 3, 5 months ahead. The bottom line is, if things are getting bad. It's not like, oh my God, we had 2 bad months, we're done, we're dead, right? It's like you see the trends coming and you know exactly what money you'll be making in a given month, because the income for next month, what the contracts are. They're locked up, they're ready to go. And then what happens? COVID hits. Like, who would have ever expected that every wedding and every fucking bar mitzvah and every private party would be canceled like that?
Yeah, that
like,
was bad.
How can you predict for that? Okay, so that was a long drawn out story to basically say, right now it's 80%. Who knows in 6 months or a year what could happen with Airbnb? Like, they could change the laws.
It's true.
So you can't do Airbnb, or that location, something may happen in that city and people may decide they don't want to go and be touristy there anymore.
All right. So let's take it this way. Two counterpoints to that. Number one, it's real estate. So real estate traditionally has always appreciated in value, which it has in this case. The second thing is, it doesn't have to be an Airbnb. It could be a long-term rental. Now, you're going to get slightly less. If you look at the aggregate, you're going to get slightly less than you would if you booked it out, because short-term you get a little bit more per day than you would if you're renting it out. So that property might rent for $2,500 a month. And it may Airbnb for $3,500 a month after all is said and done. But you still do have real estate, which traditionally is a positive. But you could put that money into the stock market. The same thing could occur. But I agree with you. You don't ever want to be holding on to a business that is not recession proof. But in the long run, real estate and the rental market has traditionally gone up over time. I think I told you about that property I had in New Jersey. I bought for $125,000, and then 3 years later, I sold it for $98,000. I came to the settlement table with a check for nearly $30,000 after all was said and done, with closing costs, because we needed to get rid of the property. But had I just
lost 30 grand.
30 grand on real estate. So had I just held on to that property, today that same property is probably worth $500,000. And it's like, you can't look into the crystal ball and discover what's going to happen down the road. It's a safer bet with real estate than it is in pretty much any other vehicle. So
no, agreed. And that's, that would be the thing, depending on what the going rent rate would be, right? I remember when Robert wanted to get into real estate investment, and he had me, when I was working for him, I was researching properties in our area,
right?
Suburbs of DC, Rockville, Silver Spring, Gaithersburg area. And we couldn't find any properties that, if we were to buy it, that the regular rent would cover more than the mortgage. Like, it would be like a really thin margin, 1 or 2%, which
that's not close.
You've got to work into it if the roof needs to be replaced or the fucking hot water heater and all that shit. So you can't work on that kind of slim margins. So technically real estate's great, but then we ended up looking at Vegas and the margins were tons better. We could get houses cheaper, but the rent was high enough that it was a better margin. So yes, as a backup plan, if you said to me, well, the same Airbnb property, if we did it as a regular rental, would still more than cover, that's definitely, that helps. Yeah.
So I'm waiting to hear back from her. I'm very curious if she's going to be able to powwow with her husband and decide that they're going to keep the property. I hope that they keep the property. She's so passionate about it. She loves doing it too.
It seems silly to me that if geography is the only issue, like, if they lived next door and did all their own cleaning and whatever, I get that, right? But if she really has nothing to do with it right now, who cares if you're 100 miles or 1,000 miles?
Well,
away?
She likes the hands-on part a lot. The positive thing is her dad actually moved 5 minutes from her, so that her dad actually lives just around the corner from the from the Airbnb, which is another plus. She has neighbors that she's befriended that would all pitch in and help. She's already kind of planted those seeds. I just think she's worried about, what happens if, and that catastrophizing any potential situation that comes up, it could be difficult. Like, I wouldn't want to buy right now a house in Baltimore. You know, I it's like it's too far away. But if you said to me, "Hey, Doug, there's a property that's a rental that's on sale, that's coming on sale in Georgetown or in Austin. I'm right here. Would you be open to? You want to partner with me?" I'd have no problem with that because it's close to you and I trust you. But I think there's a lot of that's going on. Anybody in our community own a Airbnb? I'm very curious. Our Airbnb is getting rented out like twice a month right now. It's been getting rented out.
Love that.
I do love that. I do love that. Speaking of
this
rentals,
has been Real Estate Investing with Doug and Strickland. And by the way, welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Strickland Bomber. Nice. On the other side of the microphone is Mr. Doug Sandler.
It only took you 35 minutes to get there, and it was completely off of my radar. So
hey, but I remembered, and Jared right now is going, fuck, you remembered.
So I had 2 Mustang rentals this week. And they couldn't have been more opposite. I had one on Saturday that was in Santa Barbara, California. It was at a $5 million cliffside property overlooking the Pacific Ocean. The entire
hang on, $5 million in Santa Barbara overlooking the ocean. Is that like a little studio apartment for $5 million? I mean, fucking yeah.
It was up a little high. It was up. It wasn't right on the beach. It was cliffside. It was not beachside.
Okay.
But from the master bedroom, because the owner just said, "Hey, take a walk around." He was a super nice guy. He's probably in his 70s. The owner said, "Just take a look around, see the view, check it out before the entire party gets here." So nice. I'm walking through the house and I'm looking from the master bedroom. You're looking out of the floor to ceiling windows, and all you see is ocean.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was crazy. It was very crazy. So in that particular party, and I'll explain the differences between that one and the one that I did on Tuesday. On that party, the entire bridal party, and there had to be, I don't know, 15, 20 people in the bridal party. There was many more guys than there were girls. So it was a huge bridal party.
Is this like his son or daughter, or
it was his nephew and their family and the rest of the family. So this guy
married. So it's for photos. They rented it for photos.
Well, they did they did the ceremony on the driveway, which is not a driveway. You know, it's huge. This huge thing behind these big gates. And then they did the reception in their backyard under a tent. And the backyard from the house to the edge of the cliff is about 25 feet. So they did a long, narrow tent. And inside the house was 125 people on their dance floor. They put a dance floor in the, it was great. It was great. So we're getting to, and it was an early party. It was a 5:30 to 9:30. It's a residential area. So they had to kind of keep the noise the volume down a little. So around 9 o'clock, the entire bridal party. So I forgot to share. In between on the corner of the house, the edge of the house to the, let's call it the south, there's north-south, the south part, the last 25 feet was a pool. So between the edge of the house and the pool, there was no distance because the edge of the house leads to the pool, which is all windows. Then the pool is about 15 feet wide, and then you have another 10 feet till you get to the edge of the cliff.
The cliff.
Right, exactly. The entire bridal party jumps full clothing, jumps into the pool.
No.
Everybody was there. Nobody could believe that the entire bridal party went into the pool. And it was kind of crazy. It was I was a little scared because all I knew was at the tail end of them leaving, which was about 20 minutes later, the bride and groom who jumped into the pool also were going to have to get into my Mustang. And I'm like, they're not fucking getting on my Mustang soaking wet. So we're going to have to figure out something. So we figured out something. But at the same time, it was a really fun party.
Okay, so you're saying that they rented the Mustang just so the bride and groom could drive off in it?
Correct. Well,
but earlier you got to stay for the whole reception?
So earlier in the day at 3 p.m., they were going to do photos, but they ended up, what happens at every bridal party with this schedule?
Oh, it fucking gets backed up every goddamn time.
So they missed, their family was coming at 4. They were supposed to meet me at 3. So I pull up at 2:30 and I'm waiting for them. And because I wanted to be a little early in case they were ready early. No fucking way. 3 o'clock, I'm like, hey, just want to let you know, we have an hour to take the photos based upon your schedule. And the event planner, she was very nice, but she was not running that event, not at all. So she wasn't helping the bride understand the
urgency needed.
Right. So 3:30, I'm like, hey, we have 30 minutes. 5:04, I'm like, hey guys, I don't care if you take photos when the guests arrive, but you're not going to want to be outside in your bridal gown and so they didn't do any photos before the party.
Nice. But they paid you for the whole rental for pictures ahead of time, the whole reception, and driving off at the end.
Yeah. So I was hanging out there. JJ met me. We went someplace low. She picked me up. I left the Mustang at the house and we went to have dinner, and then she dropped me off afterwards. And then that was about an hour and a half before the end of the party, which was when all the shenanigans were beginning. Nice. And then the bride and groom, they dried off, they changed into their getaway outfits as opposed to their bride and groom outfits. And I drove them to they took a few photos before they left. I dropped them off at the hotel, which was about 5 minutes away. That was the end of it. So that was, other than standing around and waiting, it was the easiest money that I made this week.
Gotta love that.
Except for Tuesday, which was the second rental. This couple, completely the opposite. They were eloping and they were going to the Santa Barbara courthouse to elope. So I said, oh, do you have your wedding party that's meeting you? Nope, just the two of us. I said, no, nobody to take photos or anything. Well, we have a friend that's going to come and take pictures. So the friend took pictures before I met them. I drove them 15 minutes to the Santa Barbara courthouse. And same thing with them. They were like, okay, thanks. And I'm like, well, you have me for 3 hours. You want me to hang out, or you want to stay, or you want to take more photos? She goes, no, I think we're good. I said, why don't I just stay for another 20 minutes? And that way, if you need me after the ceremony, which was just like the signing of the paper, I can, I'll be here. And she says, that's fine. We'll text you if we need you. So I stayed for 30 minutes. I just waited. They never came out. I left.
Really?
So it was like a 10-minute, 15-minute drive, or a few minute drive from where I picked them up to where they where the courthouse, and that was the end of that. It was easy Mustang money this week.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Hey, I think we have. Was it one voicemail?
We have one voicemail. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to cue it up, or do you have anything else you want to cover?
No, I'm all good here.
So we potentially are going to even be done early.
That would be.
It's potential. It's just potential. It's just potential.
Don't get me excited there, Doug.
Just potential.
Potential.
Don't you feel like you're jipping our community out of like an extra 15 minutes if you leave like a little bit early? No.
Well, if we're not being entertaining, right, and we make the episode shorter because we don't have anything to talk about, are we really ripping people off? I don't know.
Well, but there is a fine line between entertainment and stupidity, isn't there?
It's such a fine line between clever and stupid.
Yeah. Okay, let's do voicemail. I got other shit to talk about after.
Oh, okay.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
I meant to tell you, I have 2 visitors at the house this week.
Who have you got there at the house?
I have Adam and his girlfriend Olive are visiting.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've been doing a whole bunch of fun stuff.
What kind of stuff you been doing?
Eating a lot, and then there's some more eating. And actually, this weekend we're going to go to the Hearst Castle and do some fun eating and more eating and more eating, and the Hearst Castle, and maybe some more eating.
How far are you from the Hearst Castle?
I think I'm about 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
That'd be pretty cool. I have seen clips of stuff. It looks really interesting.
It's crazy. It's crazy big. You've
been before?
I have been a few times before, and Hearst actually turned his private land at one point into a zoo. So when guests would come and visit, there was all sorts of wild animals that were, zebra and giraffe and some other things that were on the property. I don't think any like wild cats or elephants or anything like that, but they still have some of the descendants of those original animals that are. I don't think there's any giraffe, but I do think that they have some other African type, safari type animals that live on the property that are just wild animals.
That is pretty damn interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to go up there on Saturday and come back, and he on Sunday, and he and Olive are going back home on Monday.
Cool.
So it's been a good week.
All right, we ready for a voicemail?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Hello, Doug. Hello, Strickland. It is I, Emily Abor.
Hello, Emily.
Thank you so much for the cruise rundown last week. It was incredibly detailed and incredibly helpful. I think I'm like Strickland when it comes to vacation planning. I like to know all my options, although I don't like too many options. But then kind of wake up and, go with the flow, but know that there's structure if I want it. When I'm on vacation, in my everyday life, structure is king. Okay, enough about that. Boring. My cruise anxieties were, and to some extent still are, though most of these are like, she really did help me a lot. I'm a wicked picky eater, so I was like, what is there going to be? And is there going to be options and things like that? I worry about people getting sick on lettuce and the water and things like that. Like, is everybody on the cruise going to come down with a stomach bug? Close quarters, small rooms that you would be sleeping in, and what if there's not really a chance to get the respite because the room is so small? Getting seasick. Trying to think of what else. Oh, people. Lots of people. You know what I mean? Is there ever an escape from all the people? I am realizing on Fridays, which is when I'm calling, I am so peopled out at the end of the week. It is not even funny. And tomorrow I actually have to people some more, but that's not good.
He's using it as a verb.
Yeah. So those are my things. I think that's everything. But I really am. I actually think I have some ideas for my 40th birthday, which is next year. Okay. And I'm kind of thinking maybe my girlfriend and I would want to go do that. That could be fun. And none of us party. So it'd actually be probably more. I love partying when you don't party. It's so fun. Okay. That's all, I think. Great episode. Very informative. Doug, I'm so with you on having to turn down the news I'm listening to right now. I've actually discovered the Tangle podcast, which is highly informative on one topic a day. Pretty much all I can handle. And it shows you kind of all sorts of different angles of the topic. And I'm really liking it. So that might be one to check out. I don't pay for it, but it's well worth it for the free, what they give you in the free content. So Tangle is the name of the podcast. It's by Isaac Stahl. Okay, that's all. Have a great rest of your night.
That's cool. I have heard of Tangle. I've not listened to it before, but it sounds interesting because I do enjoy the single topics spoken about if it's a good, fun topic.
I started listening again to the Daily. Part of it was I guess I was just being cheap. I've paid for a subscription to the New York Times audio, and because of that, I don't want to miss. I already missed basically a month of it because I just was on a news blackout. But I'm now being a little bit more selective about the episodes that I am listening to. So I've been listening just to topics that I don't feel are going to maybe trigger me, and anything that's going to just completely start me on a downward spiral. I took a small leap back into my portfolio. I have about $5,000 in Robinhood. Oh yeah, we started the accounts together. Have you checked your Robinhood account recently?
Yeah, it's hanging out
but it's not down 50% or anything like that, is it?
No,
I think I'm just down 3% for the year overall on my entire account. I don't know.
I'm totally close to even.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Same. Overall, I'm up. but for the year, or since the beginning of the year, I'm down like 3 point something%. So anyway, so I took a brief jump back in. I haven't yet looked at the entire portfolio. I'm a little bit afraid to do that. But then again, the volatility of my Robinhood account is much greater than the other stuff. So there's a possibility that I could go and be very pleasantly surprised by looking at the rest of my portfolio. I don't know. I'm just not ready to jump back in. What else I wanted to ask you? I wanted to ask you about Gangs of London. Have you tuned in at all to any of that yet?
No, I've been busy. I really have not watched much of anything.
Really, I've been a wet blanket recently. You're not doing anything, Strickland.
Where was
the fun, Strickland, this week? Where were you?
I've been busy. I'm actually going to Vegas this weekend. I'm leaving. Actually, you know what I'm doing this weekend? I thought I mentioned this to you before.
I don't know. Tell me.
I am going to Vegas Saturday, but then Sunday, I am driving to Utah to do something that I think may surprise you Monday and Tuesday.
Hold on. Are you going hiking, Strickland?
I am going to Zion National Park.
No shit. Adam and I, my son and I, have talked about Zion. That would be a great place to go. I'm very curious. What two things? What motivated you? And secondly, what part of Zion are you going to? Because it's such a big park. 2 days probably is not enough time. You know how those national parks like to take a lot of space and all, right?
Yeah, they do. They take a lot of space.
Tell me about what motivated you. Let's start there.
Well, it's near. I've got friends that live in St. George, Utah, which is about 2 hours from Vegas, and Zion is about 45 minutes from them, so it's close by, and it's pretty cool. It looks really nice, and like it would be fun, and it's the right time of the year. It's not
huge
hot yet, and it is monstrous. Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So how many people are going, and what are the activities that are planned?
It's just Sally and I, and we've got a couple of ideas for hikes, but that's about it. We're just going to kind of do the hiking. That's it.
That's amazing. I mean, okay. So you were just motivated just by, this is something you kind of have already always expressed an interest in, but just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. I just, I'm not like, hey, let's go to a national park every week, but this one looks fun and cool. And it's nice hiking and good time of the year. And so, yeah, we're doing that.
Well, there's a bunch of areas. I don't think you're going to hit them all, but there's like a lava point that you can go to, and there's also like a
lava point. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's the far northern part of the park. So you may want to. Again, I don't want to throw.
Are you like looking at the website?
I am. I'm seeing it, but these were also points that I remember looking at before. I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Oh yeah, like the Temple of I think it's Temple of Sanawa. That looks really cool. Big Bend is another cool place. The Zion Grotto. There's 3 areas other than the Lava Point Overlook that could really be some cool things. I really am very interested in what you're gonna do.
Dude, they've got like they have a shuttle bus that goes like up through the middle and drops you off at suggested hiking points.
Right.
That's what we were looking at, but you're like mentioning a bunch of things that I don't remember
those.
You know
what? Those things might be on because I'm not looking at the roadmap. I'm just looking at the points of interest in Zion. But from the visitor center, straight up through the middle of the park are these 5 or 6
I see.
different
Lava
areas.
Point Overlook.
Yeah, that's at the way north. So
yeah, but like, how do you even get there?
I don't know. Well, it looks like it's off of one of the roads.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to drive in the park. I don't think.
No. I'm saying if you're taking a bus, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, but does it even go?
I don't know.
There?
I don't know.
I didn't think. I was looking at
now. Where are you? Are you staying in the park? Or are you staying?
No, we're staying in St. George. So,
we're staying in a house.
Well, yeah, I'm not fucking camping. Are you kidding? Shit. You think I'm crazy?
No.
What did you do when you and Adam did your 4 or 5 days of national parks? Did you camp or did you stay in hotels?
It was 10, and we stayed at Glacier. We stayed. Oh, it was all hotels or campgrounds. I mean, like the campgrounds were the cabins at Glacier National Park on the property, which was super, super cool. Yellowstone, at Glacier, we could have also stayed at this bigger like hotel that they had, but it was I'm not a very good planner, so by the time I was ready to book the hotels, they had already sold out, which is why we stayed in those cabins.
Got it. But you stayed in cabins. You weren't like camping.
No, Strickland, I've never been camping. I think I've told you this before.
Really? I don't remember you telling me that. Never, ever been camping.
Never. For a guy that loves the outdoors as much as I do, I love comfort that much more. Like, so for me, there's no reason to go.
You're looking at the big map there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Temple of Lava.
Right.
That is where the shuttle bus ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, how the fuck do you even get up to Lava Point?
I don't know. That's really interesting. I'm very curious. It's very curious. How would you get up there? I don't know.
No. And then there's the Kolob Canyon Visitors Center. Like, that's the other end of the park.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we got to, like, all of the stuff that I saw is like the southern part of the park along the shuttle trail, but there is a whole nother visitor center up on the north end.
Are you doing things like, are you wearing hiking shoes or boots, or are you going to wear like sneakers when you go into the park?
I got hiking boots that I'm borrowing from Sally.
Wait a minute, you guys are the same size?
We are. We have the same shoes.
Really? That's fascinating.
It's
she either has big feet or you have very small feet.
Yeah, she's got pretty big feet. Yeah. I mean, she is 6 feet tall. So.
God, did you not realize that, Strick? You know, Strick, I did not. Whenever I see you in photos, she's looks much shorter than you.
Oh, you probably just haven't noticed. I mean, she's slightly shorter than me, but not very much, not noticeably.
Okay, all right. Well, that's going to be an adventure for you. You have to be excited about that. And I would say that if it was two buddies like you and me going, there'd be no way you'd be going. It's the fact that it's Sally that you're going. I know it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
the things that we do for the ones that we love in our lives.
Exactly.
No, that's good. Okay. All right. What else do we have to talk about? Are we wrapping up here?
I'm also, I just like hours ago booked tickets for this Vegas trip. Guess who I'm going to go see?
Okay. When are you going? That's this
Saturday night.
Okay.
It is in 2 days. I'm going to go see, let's see. How can I give you a clue?
Hold on a second. Let me understand this. Are you doing the concert the same time? Did you say that you're going to Zion also this weekend too?
Well, I'm going to Zion Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday in Zion. And you're going
Saturday night will be in Vegas. We're flying into Vegas Saturday morning and going to a show Saturday night.
Well, I'm thinking one of a couple things. One, it could be at the Sphere, which I've never gone into. So it could be at the Sphere. If that's the case, you're seeing Celine Dion or the Grateful Dead.
Well, no, it's really funny you say that. The Dead are actually playing the Sphere Saturday night, but that's not who I'm going to see.
Okay.
I'm not a big jam band fan.
And you're not going to see Celine Dion, did I?
No, not Celine Dion.
Damn, I would see Celine.
Now, this is an artist here. I'll give you some clues. This is an artist who actually had hits in the 70s.
What? You're not seeing James Taylor, are you?
No, nope.
Fleetwood Mac?
Nope.
Bob Dylan?
No.
Neil Young? Crosby, Stills, Nash?
Let's put it this way. They are. This is probably going to give it away to you.
Okay, I'm ready.
When he had hits in the 70s, it was with a family group. His family group.
You going to see one of the Jacksons?
No,
that was good.
Much more. You're along the right lines, but think more white bread.
Okay, Donny Osmond's dead, so you're not going
No, he's not. That's who we're going to see, Donny Osmond.
I thought he died.
I hope not. I just bought tickets for Saturday night.
You're going to see Donny. Wait a minute. Which Osmond died?
I don't know.
You better Google that.
There's like 5 Osmond brothers.
Which Osmond died? There is a dead Osmond. I swear I thought it was Donny Osmond. Maybe it's Marie. Did Marie die?
Wayne.
No, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known Wayne. One famous family member from one famous 70s group died. I'm curious who that was now.
Dude, January 1st, 2025. Wayne Osmond.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember seeing something about like
Donnie died.
Donnie dying. I was like, what? And then I was like, no, it was Wayne. It's like, oh, okay.
All right. So what does Donny Osmond sing now? Does he sing all the Osmond stuff? Does he have rights to that? Or does he have like this new, or is he singing cover for like a Journey or something like that?
I'll let you know in 2 days because I have no idea.
Where are you seeing Donny Osmond sing?
He is performing at Harrah's in Las Vegas. He has a residency there. He does.
I don't mean to like bring up maybe some sore information that we talked about last week, but I'm really curious. Where did you buy the tickets?
You know, it's really funny. that you say that, because I typically will go when I'm planning something for Vegas. If I
Right.
want to see who's performing, I will go to Vegas.com,
right,
just to see what's there, right? Because they sell discount tickets,
right,
but it also will show you like every show that's in town. So it's just convenient. I typically don't buy tickets from there, but I went there and they did have tickets.
Yeah.
And, they say they're for sale, right?
Right.
Get them cheaper. So I typically do not like to buy from, let's say, Expedia if I'm getting a hotel or something, because it just, you end up paying them a fee and then the actual hotel makes less money. But with tickets, I'm going to double check it, right? So I go to Caesars.com, and they do also have the same tickets, right? And
it's through from Caesars. You're not. Oh, go ahead.
It's through fucking Ticketmaster, right? Yeah. So I check the same seats. Now, the seats at Ticketmaster are $118 each, like the ones I want to get, which it's like, first couple of rows, right?
Nice.
They're really good seats, $118, right? So, but it's Ticketmaster, right? So I go and I walk through all of the bullshit, right?
Right.
And the tickets end up being $155 each with the fees and the taxes and the bullshit, right?
$40, 35 in fees. Right.
Yeah. So I go back to Vegas.com, and it does say that they're $105, right? So it's about $10-12 less. So, it's every little bit helps, right? But on Vegas.com, taxes and fees are like $14 each.
Yeah.
So basically, I ended up getting tickets for, instead of $155 or $65 each, I ended up getting them for like total all in taxes and fees and shit. There was like, what did I pay? 125 each or something. Hang on.
I'm just curious, when you buy a ticket for Donny Osmond, do you have to pay a resort fee also when you do that?
That's all the bullshit that
but there is no dentistry markup for the Osmond, because I know they got very white teeth, and there is no markup, like you have to tithe to like the Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints or anything like that. I'm going
to let him pay all of that shit. That might have been the Ticketmaster fee, but not here. Yeah, I ended up paying $250 total.
Oh, that's nice.
For a pair of tickets. So so 105, and then it was basically $125 each, all in, as opposed to 155 all in.
And you said you are third row?
Yeah. It's on the side, but it's like the third row. It's pretty cool.
That's good. That really is good. I'm excited for you. Look, when we saw Michael McDonald, we were sitting pretty close too. Those were great.
Doobie Brothers. That was a great show.
Oh, did we see Doobies or did we see Michael
McDonald? We saw the Doobies with Michael McDonald plus the original guy too.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah. I'd almost, I hate to say this, I'd almost sacrifice who I'm seeing for the placement. I get this. Like we saw last night, we saw some live music in a place called the Ojai Pub. It sits about, if I'm guessing round numbers, I'm going to say 20.
Yeah.
20 people. And there was 6 of us there. And we saw a really good bluegrass singer-songwriter. He was fucking great. Now, is he Donny Osmond caliber? Did you get the show? No. But you know what? For $100 all in, including meals and drink, all of that, it was a good 15-minute show. I just got out of there. And I was home before 8 o'clock. I got to let Winter in and get to bed before 9. It was the best thing ever.
Hang on. You didn't pay a cover fee. You're saying $100 for food and drink and everything. You just happened to be spending that there.
Yes. It wasn't even the selling point for me to go that was live music. I just happened to see that there was live music when we got there.
Got it.
So very excited to see. I have not seen live music in quite some time. I was explaining to, who was I talking to the other day? I was explaining to someone, who was it? But that somebody knew you, so I don't remember who it was. But one of the things that they said, she brought up her go-to song on karaoke, and I said, "Oh, here's my go-to songs." And of course, I said "Devil Went Down to Georgia" and "Rapper's Delight." And I said, "But Strickland's great. You could go to karaoke with Strickland, put him up on the stage, just pick the song for him, and it's something called, I think it was called Kamikaze Karaoke. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, where somebody else picks a song for you, doesn't tell you what it is, and you just got to go up and sing it. Yeah.
How do you do that?
I'd be totally down with that. Yeah,
I know you would be.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just gotta throw it out there.
These are the things, Nice Guy community. When we invite you to go to Las Vegas with us, you should go, even if you have to pay your way, because if we do that, one of those nights will be karaoke night, and we can just prop Strickland up on stage, and we pick this. You can pick a ballad, for crying out loud, and he will still sing it. But you know what? He still would kill it also. So good.
You are too kind. You are too kind.
All right, we've done it again. We've gone over an hour when we said we're going to keep it short. So let's get out of here. You cool with that?
I'm totally cool with that.
Okay.
I got to go pack for Vegas.
Yeah, get out of there. It's time to go to Vegas. All right. In the meantime, Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For Doug, Strickland, the Nice Guys on Business podcast, I'm Steve O'Brien. Yo, bartender, Jobo needs a refill. You know, if I die, you guys are going to feel like crap.